Hello, Mason Comet sports fans, and welcome into the Mason High School Arena for a matchup between two GMC programs. You got the Mason Comets and you got the Sycamore Aviators. I'm Addison Lenhart alongside my partner Adam Little. And Adam, we got a matchup, two classic arch rivals in the GMC, and they're going to be facing off tonight in the Battle of the Skies Volleyball Edition.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one, and I'm glad to be here with you guys. And we're bringing you the coverage. It looks like Sycamore is going to be serving the ball first, and it'll be number 31 for the Aviators.
Both teams led by two really strong offensive players. For the Comets, it's the junior Anthony Fago. And then for the Aviators, it's going to be Trajan Crest, third in the GMC in kills for the Aviators this season.
Yeah, and Fago not far behind. He's in 7th place, but he's only played a couple games, and he's second in the GMC for kills per set.
Trajan Crest at the top of that stat in kills per game. As we're going to get things underway as the Aviators are going to serve it to the Comets. And that's going to be out, and the Comets are going to take a 1-0 lead pretty quickly here.
Yeah, great call there by Joseph Habra. Ball just slips past the line. Sycamore not liking that call, but that'll be a Comet point.
It'll be Fago now to serve. Comets with an early lead. Aviators will get it over. Fago. Bryson King with the first kill for the Comets, and it's a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, Bryson King, really one of the secret weapons here for Mason. The lefty, normally see him lined up on the right side, but he's hit outside on that one.
Aviators get it over. Fago sets up Jeffers. Can't get it. Jeffers right back over. Habra. King gets it over. Long volley here from both teams, and it's going to result in a point for Sycamore.
Yeah, it's a great effort there by senior leader Joseph Habra. He's really encouraging his teammates there, and something a little unusual for the Comets. You see Anthony Fago sitting there. Comets just switched their offense to a 6-2, so it'll be the junior Porter Lorenz and Anthony Fago setting.
Two talented juniors for this Comet squad. Of course, we talked about Fago earlier, but Porter Lorenz is a big deal for the Comets offensively. Walter, Fago. And that's going to be a point for the Comets. That's Tyler Smith, the junior.
Yeah, Ty Smith with the kill there. A little over or underlooked here, as you see really heavy hitters with Fago and Bryson King, but he's going to get his time to shine next year, replacing the senior Bryson King.
And Ty Smith is going to be the setter as we take a look at the Comets starting lineup. Fago, Jeffers, and Habra with Lorenz, Smith, and then the senior King rounds things out for the Comets as Fago gets it over. A little bit of a sneaker there from Anthony Fago to get the Comets' 4th point of the game.
Yeah, and as Addison said before, 3 of the Comets' starting lineups, or members of the starting lineup, are seniors, but really not going to be a huge loss. 5 of their 8 main players are underclassmen, so it should be nice and loaded for next season.
And Smith there serves it right into the net, gives Sycamore a point.
Yeah, despite that point, Comets are still ahead 4-2 in this set, and it'll be the libero for the Aviators to serve it over, and he'll get the ace.
Comets surrendering their 3-point lead. It is now down to 1 here in the first set of play between these two rivals. As we talked about earlier, two teams with a lot of great matchups and a lot of other sports, and their first look at each other during this volleyball season. King with a nice touch over the net, but it's controlled by the Aviators. And then Jeffers with the block right over the net. He leads the GMC in blocks this season.
Yeah, back to the Battle of the Skies. Really one of the most iconic rivalries here in the GMC, especially in football, going back and forth. And I think it was the Comets that took that one this year, but great. And it looks like it'll be the junior setter Porter Lorenz to serve the ball.
Porter Lorenz with the set. And a beautiful play there by Trajan Crest. the junior for the Aviators.
Yeah, and a couple of Comets' key to victories. Just get the pass to their setter. They got the sophomore Lane Walter, one of their best defensive specialists, along with Ty Smith, as we said earlier. Just be aggressive, dive after the balls, and senior Joseph Hobber does a really great job of that, and they're going to need to count on some more of the Comets to do that. And just don't force bad hits. They just need to get the ball over the net and force Sycamore to make mistakes.
Comets communicating on offense. It'll be King, blocked by the Aviators. Fago, try to touch it over. It's a point to the Comets. Joseph Habra in on the action.
Yeah, tipped there by Habra, but the defender just bounces that right out of bounds. Great awareness by senior Joseph Habra. It'll be Bryson King to serve.
King gets it over. Kress, Fago, right back.
Yeah,
Sycamore tried to challenge.
Yeah, you can't give Fago those light, droopy balls, and he's going to pound those ones there right on the logo, just like you saw there.
Sycamore first in the GMC in assists, but he was met at the net by Anthony Fago.
Seems like there's a little bit of trouble in the court right now, but it'll be Bryson King to serve.
7-4 Comets lead. King with the serve.
Great serve there by King off the fingertips of the Aviators.
Lorenz, Fago, the attempted kill.
And now the Comet point. Looks like somebody on the Aviator side of the ball touched the net.
Of course, in volleyball, to any touch of the net will result in a point for the opposing team, as the Comets have now doubled up the Aviators here in the first set.
Yeah, starting to get their lead back a little bit. That's what Coach Melnick wanted, as Haber lets that one drop. It'll be another point for the or actually that lets that one drop in front of them, so it'll be a point for the Aviators.
Looks like Burke tried to block it, and then Haber wasn't able to get it back over the net, as it's now 8-5. King, Lorenz, Burke. It's a point for the Comets. William Burke gets on the board.
Yeah, Will Burke's he's just a big man, and hard to stop there as he just pounds the ball down. Nothing that Joe Kissel for the Sycamore Aviators can do about that one.
Kress sets it up. Lorenz, Habra with a diving play, and it's going to head out of bounds for a Sycamore point.
Yeah, even though that ball went out of bounds, Comets are glad for that aggressiveness. One of the keys to victory in the game is to get aggressive, and Joseph Haber's a great example of that. So not too worried about that point right there.
Owen Walsh with the serve. King. Is it going over? It is. King again. And Ty Smith gets it over. A point for the Comets, and they've hit double digits.
Yeah, it was a great tip there by Tyler Smith. He's really a versatile weapon. Play the front row, he can play the back row. He's got big shoes to fill next season in the senior Bryson King, but he's got the potential to do it.
Serve from the Comets. Kissel, Walter. Back over. Smith, Fago attempting to kill. Can't get it. It's controlled by Kissel. Walter again. Fago sets up Smith. And that's going to be a point in favor of the Aviators.
Yeah, Ty Smith sends that one to the net. Comets were wanting to block there, but officials are going to give that point to the Aviators.
Serve from the Aviators, and that's another ace.
Yeah, another great effort there by Joseph Habra, but off the fingertips of Bryson King. Couldn't get a hold of it. So unfortunate for the Comets there.
10-8. King. Fago sets it up for Jeffers. It's blocked. Habra communicating with Jeffers. Walter will just get it over. And that one was out. It's going to be a point to the Comets.
Yeah, great read there by Bryson King. Watching that ball, slims right past the line, but great awareness by Bryson King.
That was Trajan Kress there who hit that ball out, and now Fago for the Comets will serve. Habra, Fago, King, yes.
Yeah, and you saw on the serve there, Anthony Fago just so powerful. Nothing that the Aviators can do except just send that ball over the net and hope the Comets can make a mistake, but they didn't do that there.
Anthony Fago now will serve again. Knocks a man over. Kissel. Fago sets up Smith. Here comes Trajan Kress. Tries to tap it over. Point Sycamore.
Not exactly sure what happened there, but official's going to give that point to the Sycamore Aviators. It'll be the senior Joe Kissel to serve it over again.
Kissel, King. Smith set up, and that one is going to be out as Sycamore gets their 10th point.
Yeah, Aviators closing the gap. Tyler Smith not having his best night on the net, but still making a big impact all around for the Comets.
Of course, still early in this match as Walter Fago sets up Jeffers. Sycamore defends well. Habra with the diving attempt, and it's a point to the Aviators. That's Jake Pearl, the senior.
Yeah, that was a beautiful tip there by Jake Pearl. Habra doing everything he can to go for that ball, but he placed that ball right in the back corner. Habra coming from the left side of the court. Nothing he can do about that. Great play by the Aviators.
Habra, Fago, King is set up, and he's got another kill. Bryson King making a big impact early on in this one.
Yeah, King's having himself a night, not only with the powerful kills, but great awareness, watching a couple balls go out. Big role for the Comets.
Smith with the serve. Sake Miller. Kress. Beautiful placement there by Trajan Kress.
Yeah, and that's why he's third in the GMC for kills right now. He sure can place the ball. Sophomore Lane Walter playing back. He just drops it right in front of him.
Sebastian Salas to serve. And it hits the net. Point to the Comets.
Yeah, as many of you non-volleyball fans might see Sebastian Salas in a black jersey. That's because he's playing libero. Comets choosing not to field or dress one. Libero just means that you can sub in anybody on the back row.
For Lorenz to serve. He gets it over the net. Salas, Kress. Miscommunication by the Aviators. Kress hits it out of bounds, and Mason is back up 15-12.
Yeah, big miscommunication there by the Aviators, and that's something that the Comets have been counting on in this game, and that's part of the reason why the Aviators are down 3 and the Comets are up.
Sake Miller. It's blocked. King. Habra with a kill. 16-12 Comets.
Yeah, Joseph Habra having himself a night not only on the front line, but nice effort all around. Yeah, junior Porter Lorenza serve. He's one of the amazing junior class members of the Comet teams. They're going to be glad to have them back next season.
Attempted kill there. That's going to be point Sycamore. Owen Walsh skying to spike that one.
Yeah, off the hands of the very tall Will Burke there. Just couldn't get his hands around it. Hits off his left hand and goes into Comet territory.
Kress to serve. Ty Smith, Anthony Fago sets up Bryson King. That's going to be a point to the Comets.
Yeah, Bryson King starting to heat up a little bit. Multiple kills on the night. Great awareness. He's going to be somebody the Aviators are going to be worried about the rest of the game.
Bryson King now to serve. 17-13 the lead for the Comets. He gets it over. That's the libero, Salas. Smith. Lorenz sets up Habra. And looks like someone for the Aviators touched the net, and that's going to be a point for the Comets.
Yeah, that was a beautiful set there by Porter Lorenz. Sends it right behind him and leaves Joseph Habra to send that over the net. And looks like it'll be a timeout from the Aviators as the Comets have the 5-point lead.
And of course, coming into this game, Sycamore undefeated in the GMC at 5-0, one of 2 undefeated teams remaining in conference play. Fairfield, of course, the other one. Sycamore only with 1 loss on the season, lost in straight sets to LaSalle. 229 kills on the season for the Aviators. And then for the Comets, coming into this game, 2-1 in conference play, 3-2 overall. Their most recent game, a tough loss at the hands of Fairfield on Tuesday. Comets looking to bounce back tonight.
Yeah, it really was a bad loss on Tuesday against Fairfield. Beat them 3-0, and the Comets weren't really just there. And they had a great great practice yesterday, and it's showing off here as the Comets are leading the GMC leaders, Sycamore, by 5 points in the first set.
Of course, it took Sycamore 4 sets to defeat Lakota West, who is near the bottom of the GMC so far at 1-3. So we've got two teams, haven't really played a ton of equal competition so far, not a lot of like competition. So we're really seeing how they stack up tonight firsthand. Here comes the spike, and it's good. Right out of the timeout, and Sycamore cashes in.
Yeah, that was a great set there by Andrew Sakemiller, and he's leading the GMC in assists. So it's plays like that of why the Aviators are ahead in the GMC right now, hoping to continue that in the Comets as they're down, or in this game against the Comets as they're down by 4.
Out. Too far from Sakemiller. The GMC's leading assist man by nearly 30 assists coming into this game. Carson Pessler from Oak Hills, second to Sakemiller. Sakemiller with 201 coming into this game. Pessler with 172, but he was just not able to get that one. And that's going to be, looks like a fault.
Yeah, he's gonna get a warning there. Habra just lets the ball drop. You get 2 attempts if you drop the ball, and that's not gonna help if he sends that ball away. 4-point Comet lead.
A little bit of a lackadaisical series of serves there from Habra, and it's gonna result in a Sycamore point.
Yeah, not Habra's norm. Team leader normally heads in the game, and a good pass there to Porter Lorenz. And very powerful by Anthony Fago, goes off the hands of the Sycamore Aviator defender.
Fago able to get another point there. That was Jake Pearl, the senior, who was able to block it. However, it went out.
Yeah, there's a reason that Anthony Fago is such a good outside hitter for the Comets. He can just get so high, and last play you can see how high he got and just destroyed that ball off the hands of the Sycamore defender.
Looks like they are going to switch that to a point for the Aviators. (19-16) now. A little bit of confusion on the court. Burke is going to enter for Jeffers. Walter will take a seat as well. And what a beautiful serve there by Owen Walsh. Going to result in a point for Sycamore, and they've cut it to 2.
Yeah, Bryson King just lets that ball go. Great serve there, though, by the Aviators. Owen Walsh. Haven't really heard his name a lot today, but really is one of the standouts for the Aviators. Only a sophomore, too, so he's going to be bright for the Aviators in the future.
Lorenz sets up Fago. Sycamore controls it. Kissel. Habra diving attempt. Lorenz. Fago gets it over. And it's going to head off the net and out of bounds for a Comet point. Anthony Fago and Joseph Habra showing leadership and hustle on that possession.
Yeah, that was a great volley there. Comets get on top. Great effort there by Joseph Habra. Great ball control. Sophomore Lane Walter, speaking of sophomores, send the ball over for the Comets.
They set up Trajan Kress. King sets up Fago. Attempts to block it. Sakemiller wasn't able to recover in time, and the Comets get another.
Yeah, Aviators weren't expecting that one. Not normal for the setter to send that ball over on the second ball, but Fago does a great job there. He's got a real powerful hit, so definitely can't do anything to stop that.
King, another diving attempt, and that's going to head out of bounds. Good effort there by Bryson King. However, Sycamore able to take advantage.
Yeah, Coach Melnick's not going to be mad about that one. He loves when his team's getting on the floor and getting their hands dirty, so shake it off for the Comets.
Jeffers, it's blocked, and it's going to be a Sycamore point. Good defense there by the Aviators.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call a double hit on Jeffers after he goes down for the block.
Fago, Ty Smith, Fago. Jeffers just gets it over, and that's out, and that's going to be a Sycamore point. And Sycamore going on a little bit of a run here, Adam.
Yeah, they're going right here, closing the gap. Only a 1-point Mason lead. Comets hoping to hold their lead now. It will be number 31 for the Aviators to send the ball over.
And he sends it out of bounds. And just as Sycamore had established some momentum, they give it right back to the Comets. And the lead is back up to 2.
Yeah, substitution there for the Aviators, trying to get their best lineup in, keep that momentum going.
Fago, what a powerful serve. And a Comet point.
Yeah, they're going to call a lift there by the Aviators. That pass just goes right off the hands of the Aviator defender.
Fago, another powerful serve, and he just knocks over the Aviator defender for another Comet point, and they're a point away now from securing the first set.
I mean, wow. I mean, Anthony Fago, he can just hit the ball so hard, and it'll be the match point here as they're gaining the momentum back. Sycamore going on a little bit of a run, but Comets really getting that energy back, and Sycamore forces Sycamore for a timeout.
And of course, you see all that velocity that Fago is able to get behind some of those serves and some of those kills. That's why he's 7th in the GMC in kills with 60 on the season through just 5 games. That's an unbelievable mark. 3.75 kills per game for Fago on this young season.
Yeah, he really is a big factor for the Comets. And not only is he just powerful on the edge, but they do have a lot of depth with Bryson King, Joseph Habra, Tyler Smith. So not only are they headlined by a star player, but they got great depth behind them, especially when Anthony Fago is now setting in the new lineup.
Both teams coming out of the timeout now. Comets lead it 24-20, trying to pull the GMC upset. Comet faithful trying to will their team to the first set victory. Kress, King, Fago sets up Smith, a good block there. And that's going to be a point for the Comets as they secure the first set 25-20.
Yeah, great momentum by the Comets. Joseph Habra really getting hyped. Unexpected there as Sycamore's leading the GMC right now, so a little bit of an upset brewing for the Comets.
They get off to a fantastic start. Comets, of course, we talked about earlier coming into this game. 3-2 overall. Dropped their first GMC match to Fairfield earlier on this week. Really got dominated on the road in straight sets by the Indians.
Yeah, they really haven't had any close games, either getting beaten by a lot or winning by a lot. 3 of those games against Princeton, Colt, or Lakota West and West Claremont, beaten pretty bad. So, but it looks like this game is going to be neck and neck, as you saw in the first set.
Of course, the Comets actually, just as you said, they either get blown out or they blow out. And they've only had one match this season that has gone over 3 sets. That was their first matchup of the season where they defeated West Claremont. They dropped the first set and then rallied for 3 straight set victories to defeat West Claremont to begin their season. And then, of course, rattled off another win against Lakota West. And we're going to head to a quick break as the Comets win the first set 25-20, and they lead Sycamore 1-0. And welcome back to the Mason High School Arena for a volleyball matchup, Battle of the Skies edition. The Mason Comets taking on the Sycamore Aviators. If you're just joining us, the Comets secured a first set victory just moments ago, 25-20 against the Aviators. And Andrew, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the keys to success that they had in that first set?
Yeah, they're being real aggressive, especially Joseph Habra, Bryson King. Really see him diving all around the floor. So that's part of the reason they're winning. Also, they're forcing Sycamore to make the mistakes. A lot of the big names on Sycamore, like Trajan Kress and the sophomore Owen Walsh, haven't really heard their name a lot. So they're really forcing the other Sycamore players to play, and they're making a lot of mistakes.
Of course, Anthony Fago, Bryson King, and Joseph Habra Three of the most talented Comet players have really made a big impact. Bryson King especially. Ty Smith has made a nice impact for the Comets as well. Adam Jeffers contributed a few points. It's really been a balanced effort from the Comets in this game thus far, and that's why you see them with this lead, as Fago is going to kick things off in the second set. And he's going to hit the net, and Sycamore jumps out to a 1-0 lead, and that's kind of how that first set started, Andrew, getting a point on a serve.
Yeah, and and despite that 5-0 run by Anthony Fago there in the first set, he sends that first ball right into the net, and looks like Lane Walter's going to send that ball into the net.
So 2 straight quick points for Sycamore. Joseph Habra sets up Fago, and he just taps it over. Look at the presence of mind there from Anthony Fago. He's got a lot of power, but he's also got nice touch, Adam.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Anthony Fago expecting the big hit, and he just taps that ball over. Sycamore not expecting that. It'll be the junior Ty Smith to serve the ball over for the Comets.
Kress. Sycamore looked like he tried to pull an Anthony Fago there, proved successful. Joseph Habra not able to recover, and Sycamore with their third.
Yeah, 2 great efforts there by Anthony Fago and Joseph Habra. Habra can't get a hold of it, but great effort there. It'll be the libero for the Sycamore to serve the ball over.
Sebastian Salas, it hits the net and heads out of bounds. Comets cut it to 1. Porter Lorenz is going to enter the game. It looks like for Walter, Jeffers will also take a seat as William Burke enters for the Comets.
Yeah, Porter Lorenz not seen as much as him as you normally do. Normally the sole setter, but as I said before, Anthony Fago also setting this game, trying to add a little more dimension to their offense, and it's clearly working.
Kress gets it over. Habra, Fago tries to set somebody up. A little bit of miscommunication there from the Comets. Sycamore, an opportunity to take advantage here. It's Walsh, and he hits it out of bounds, and it's a point to the Comets, and they tie it. And Adam, Sycamore offensively kind of just looks a little bit out of sorts, a little bit thrown off by this Comets attack.
Yeah, especially Owen Walsh, not hitting himself the best game. He's second on the team in kills, first in blocks. The Aviators normally rely on him a lot. He's going to send that ball out again.
Owen Walsh, 2 straight times that he hits it out of bounds, and the Comets 3 straight points. Joseph Habra trying to rally his team to keep this momentum going. Lorenz with the serve. It's Kress. And Burke tried to block it. Sycamore. It's Kress who gets it over. Ty Smith. Anthony Fago sets up Habra. He tries to tap it over. It doesn't happen. And Burke with a block. Kress. It's Kissel. Fago setting up Bryson King for the kill.
That was just a great offensive set and defensive set there by the Comets. Will Burke with 2 blocks. Bryson King finishing off with the kill on the outside, or on the right side, excuse me. So yeah, great play there by the Comets.
Of course, once again, Sycamore just looking a little bit out of sorts, a little on their heels, and the Comets with that aggressiveness that you talked about earlier, Adam. They're really taking advantage of it right now as Kress now, finally.
Yeah, Sycamore getting their point, slowing down the Mason momentum, as the Mason lead's going to be cut down to 1. And it'll be the star Sycamore Aviator, Trajan Kress, send the ball over.
Kress, King, Habra, and that is right on the corner. Joseph Habra, beautiful placement there. Comets secure the point.
Yeah, that was a great kill there by Joseph Habra, pinning it right in the right corner. Someone he's been working on a lot in practice, trying to hit the right and left corners, and clearly all that hard work is paying off.
King now will serve it for the Comets. 6-4 Comet lead. Walsh, Sycamore, Walsh, got it. Fago not able to block it. Sycamore with the point.
And that was just a great set there by Andrew Sycamore, going right behind his head over to number 13 of the Aviators, Trajan Kress. So that's part of the reason why he's leading the GMC in assists.
And a block there by Owen Walsh, but it looked like he touched the net, and the Comets get the point. 7-5 lead.
Yeah, I actually think that ball went out of bounds there. Great awareness by Bryson King. Something I've said a lot this game, but it's really true.
Habra serves it. Walsh. And that's going to be a point to Sycamore. So Owen Walsh making a bit of an impact now after a bit of a slow start from him in that first set, and the beginning of this set as well.
Yeah, Comets don't like that call. From my angle, it looks like it may have been on the outside, but it'll be a Sycamore point, and Comets aren't going to complain.
Lorenz sets up Smith. Kissel. Sakemiller. Kress tries to get it over. Habra. Lorenz. Fago got it. 8-6 Comets.
I mean, Anthony Fago is just something else. You almost saw on the Sycamore front line, they got a little scared there as Fago just pounds that ball in. Nothing the Aviators can do about that except let that ball drop at the feet of Trajan Kress.
Lane Walter now to serve it. He's a sophomore. Gets it over. Walsh, Sakemiller, Kissel, Habra, King tried to get it over. Couldn't quite get the contact with the ball he wanted there, and it's going to be a point to the Aviators.
Fourth radio. Fourth radio.
Fago. Owen Walsh. Walsh couldn't get it over the net. Point to the Comets.
Yeah, a real slow night for Owen Walsh, but he really is a key contributor for the Aviators. Just because he's having a bad game doesn't mean he's not putting up great numbers for the Aviators this season. As a great serve there by Anthony Fago puts a Sycamore defender on his back.
King will go over. Good touch there by King. Sakemiller. Kress attempting to kill, and he secures the point for the Aviators.
Yeah, that ball goes off the hands of senior Adam Jeffers. Habra lets that ball go out, but that was a tough play there.
9-8 the lead in set number 2. Kissel. Walter. Fago just taps it over. Looked like he wanted to set up Jeffers. Trajan Kress. Fago sets up Smith, and it's blocked, and it's a point to the Aviators. Trajan Kress.
Yeah, that was phenomenal there by Trajan Kress. Starting to heat up a little bit as that ball drops literally straight down. Comps couldn't do anything about that. Even if they dove for that, that ball would have gone straight under.
Kissel with the serve. Fago will set up his mate King, and they get the point. That's the libero. Sebastian Salas not able to get there in time, and the Comets retake the lead.
Yeah, great swing there by Bryson King. He's adding to his kill count along with Anthony Fago, leading the Comets in the game so far. The junior Ty Smith to serve, having himself a nice game all around as well.
Sakemiller on the ground. Kress tries to get it over. He does. Smith. They will set up King. And that ball is out. Point to the Comets, and Bryson King has had a really nice game, Adam.
Yeah, he has had himself an amazing night. Has a lot of kills, great effort diving on the floor, getting those loose balls, and also just having great awareness, letting the balls go out, not forcing everything to go up.
Kress gets it over. Ty Smith. Habra. Sakemiller will set up Walsh. Fago, King. Habra tries to tap it over. Point to the Comets. Joseph Habra with the touch.
Yeah, that was a really hard set there by Anthony Fago, but Joseph Habra does a great job of just tipping that right across the net, and Sycamore defenders can't get underneath it.
Smith. Walsh. Sakemiller. Point to the Comets. 13-9.
Yeah, it looks like the setter, Andrew Sakemiller, went under the net there. But after the play there, powerful spike by Trajan Kress. Comets glad that wasn't during the game.
Kress, of course, third in the GMC in kills this season. Sakemiller. Fago. King. Kissel. Trajan Kress attempts the kill. Doesn't get it. Fago trying to save it. Point to the Aviators as Fago and Bryson King weren't able to get that one over.
Yeah, that was really hard for Anthony Fago, as all he can do is just tap that ball a little bit, but it goes right into the ladder of the official. So Sycamore closing that gap a little bit, only a 3-point game, as Lane Walters sends that ball out of bounds.
(13-11) game. Salas. King is blocked. Owen Walsh. And that was power, folks. Power meeting power right at the net.
Yeah, Bryson King, a very hard swing there, but Owen Walsh is really tall for a sophomore especially. So that just ricochets right off and hits Bryson King in the head.
Smith gets it over. Sycamore, Kress. Smith, Fago, Walter. Good volley here from both teams. King tries to tap it over, and Sycamore was waiting for it. Walter. Fago. Habra coming in for the kill, and he couldn't get it over the net. And we are tied at 13.
Yeah, it looks like Anthony Fago sent that ball into the net there. But Tyler Smith had himself a real nice volley there, diving after many balls and getting a lot of digs there.
Jeffers will just tap it over, and that's perfect placement. It's going to be in for a Comets point.
Yeah, that's all he needed to do there. Has the power to hammer it down, but didn't need to do anything there except just tap it right in front of the feet of the Sycamore defenders.
14-13 lead for Mason. They took the first set by a score of 25-20. It's been a battle in this second set. Neither team gaining a ton of separation. Lorenz. Sycamore sets up Trajan Crest. Ty Smith there for it. Fago. Burke tries to tap it over. It's controlled by the Aviators. And then Bryson King couldn't get it over the net.
Yeah, great defense there by the Aviators. Bryson King doing all he can to get that ball over the net, but just sails that right into the net. A little off balance there. But a great set there by the Aviators as they tied the game up 14-14.
Habra gets the point. Walsh. And it looked like Sycamore on that play. Attempted to block it. Could not, and the Comets take the lead again.
Yeah, off the hand of Sycamore. Powerful hit by Joseph Habra. That ball just drops to the right of Aviators.
King. Walsh. Habra dives for it. Burke to the libero. Sycamore sets up Owen Walsh, and that was beautiful volleyball there.
Yeah, Owen Walsh is starting to heat up a little bit. Great blocks in the last couple sets, and there with a powerful spike. That's part of the reason why he's a key contributor for the Sycamore Aviators, leading them or second in kills for them on the season.
Habra attempts to get it over, touched the net.
Yeah, that ball hits the antenna there, so it'll be an Aviator point. Starting to get some momentum as they take the lead over the Comets, 16-15.
Fago. Sycamore will set up Walsh again. That's been a duo that they've used a couple times in the last play. And Sycamore starting to build up a little bit of a gap here on the Comets.
Yeah, Porter Lorenz not used to playing in the back row, but that is a powerful hit there by the Aviators. They're really gaining momentum as they get another point there, extending their lead to 3 points.
Timeout Mason Comets as Sycamore starting to string together some good possessions, and they have a 3-point lead heading into a timeout. And it's really been the duo of Sycamore setting up the sophomore Owen Walsh.
Yeah, slow first set by Owen Walsh, but he's really picking it up in the second set, as you saw the kill there and multiple blocks. So he's really been a key contributor for the Aviators. And Coach Mason, Paul Melnick, not liking what he's seeing right now. Comets need to be more aggressive, and they're just kind of standing around and letting the balls drop.
Certainly seems like Sycamore has become the aggressor in this game, just as you said, Adam. As the Comets come out of the timeout. And at this point, you're down 3. You're just trying to stay relaxed, kind of reestablish that rhythm that you had in that first set. Proved extremely successful for Mason. As it looks like it will be the junior Andrew Sycamore to serve it to the Comets. Habra. Porter Lorenz will set up Fago. Sycamore over to Kissel. Miscommunication. Ty Smith, what a play. Gets it over the net. Fago tried to block it. King. Trajan Crest. They're setting up Walsh again. It's blocked again, but it's going to be a point to Sycamore.
Yeah, it looks like Joseph Habra touched the net there. That was just a great volley by both teams. Sycamore leading in the GMC. I believe Mason's 3rd. So we knew this was going to be a great matchup coming into it, and it really has proved out.
Lorenz try to get it over to Fago, but Burke takes it. Kissel, point to the Comets. And the Sycamore coach and their staff taking some issue with the official here. Comets, and the lead is going to be back to 3. One of the Sycamore assistant coaches has a card, looks like, has been assessed here. Habra now will serve it to the Aviators. It's Trajan Crest trying to set up Walsh. Point to the Comets.
Yeah, that's a red card there for the Sycamore coach, issued by the referee for some rude conduct. And it'll be Joseph Habra to send it over.
Sycamore, point to the Aviators. Joseph Habra taking issue with that call there.
Yeah, it looks like Porter Lorenz got his hand under that one, but maybe a little bit of a makeup call from the last Sycamore.
20-17, the lead for the Aviators. Walsh will serve it, and it's out. Point to the Comets. It's back down to 2.
Yeah, it really has been just a back and forth matchup in this second set. Comets beating them by 5 in the first set. I feel it was a little bit wider than the score was, but Sycamore really coming back in the second set with a 2-point lead. Owen Walsh, the setter Andrew Sycamore, and just really taking it home for the Aviators.
Fago, King will get it over. Miscommunication by the Aviators, and they finally get it over the net. Fago, Pearl, somebody touched the net, and it was Pearl, and that's a point to the Comets, and the lead is cut down to 1 now.
Yeah, Mason's starting to get that momentum back after the timeout called. Lane Walter starting to get to his groove, and it looks like Sycamore will call a timeout.
Seems to be a lot of momentum swings in this game. We've seen a lot, certainly, in this second set between both of these teams. Sycamore was able to establish a lot of momentum in that first set, but the Comets each time seemed like they were able to punch back, and it seems to be a bit of a reverse effect here in this second set.
Yeah, each team's kind of pulling out an Uno reverse card on the other, back and forth. Sycamore holds the 1-point lead right now, hoping to get the momentum back after the timeout.
Lane Walter will serve it for the Comets. This is a big possession here. Walter barely gets it over the net. Kress blocked by Jeffers. Smith with the attempt, and it sails out of bounds, and Sycamore doubles their lead, 21-19.
Yeah, Ty Smith frustrated with himself after that one, not getting a lot of top spin on that ball, so it just sails over to the Mason logo.
Habra, Fago, Jeffers tries to get it over. Sycamore, Fago with a great defensive play there. Habra, Sycamore sets up Sycamore's leading killer. That's Kress, miscommunication there from the Aviators. Just trying to get it over. Miscommunication again. King now going for the kill. It's blocked by Walsh. And there, finally, Sycamore coming away with the point. It's Trajan Kress.
Yeah, it looks like that ball went right off the hands of Anthony Fago. Couldn't stop the powerful spike by Trajan Kress. As Sycamore, 3-point lead, only need 2 more to tie up the game.
Jeffers! Sycamore with another point, and they've matched their largest lead of this set. It's 23-19. Joseph Haber trying to rally his team. Bryson King. Smith. It's blocked. Fago trying to get it over. King. It's right at the net. Does he get? Oh, it's knocked out of bounds. Lane Walter.
Yeah, Lane Walter is hyped after that one. Everybody's on the floor on both teams, diving around everywhere. Comets, very important volley there to get as the lead drops back down to, or their deficit, only 3 now.
You wonder there if Walsh hadn't touched that, if that would have been out of bounds, resulting in an Aviator point. Walter, Fago sets up King. That's a kill. Lead is cut to 2.
Beautiful there by Bryson King. He's been hidden up a little bit, so they gave him the back row, and he sent it right behind him. Nothing the Aviators could do about that.
Bryson King's size and athleticism proving to be a factor in this one. Fago with the ace. It's a point to the Comets. It's cut to 1.
And as you can see on the right side of your screen, the Comets are getting hype, really gaining the momentum back. Deficit only 1 point now as Anthony Fago is just powering those serves over.
Timeout Sycamore. It was a 4-point Sycamore lead just moments ago. And a run spurred by a play by Lane Walter has gotten the Comets back in to this set. They've got an opportunity to take a 2-0 lead heading in to what would be a possible deciding set. They could come away with a victory against undefeated in the GMC Sycamore, a win over their arch rivals, getting back into the thick of the GMC race.
Yeah, and you can see Porter Lorenz getting hyped on the sideline. Not only a 1-2 punch on the court, but Anthony Fago and Porter Lorenz, great friends off the court, and that's really a reason why they're so successful together when they're playing volleyball.
Of course, that chemistry is something, a tool that cannot be matched as Fago. Very important serve. Habra communicating. King out. A missed opportunity there from the Comets. Sycamore 1 point away from securing set number 2.
Yeah, Bryson King really challenging the back line there. And that ball's going to go out of bounds.
Habra. Fago sets up Smith. It's blocked. Lane Walter gets it up in the air. Jeffers. It's heading out. Sycamore saves it. Here's Trajan Kress. And that's going to be a point to the Aviators, who secure the second set, 25-22.
Yeah, that ball off the knuckles of Joseph Habra as Fago has to run across the court to get that one. But that was a great set, really entertaining to watch. What did you say, Addison?
It was a great set, and we hope to see more of the same in the upcoming third set. We will see 2 more. Mason and Sycamore tied at 1-1. We're going to head to a quick break. We'll be back with action from the third set. Sycamore and Mason tied at 1-1. And welcome back to Mason Arena, where we have got a great matchup for you tonight, folks. The Comets and the Aviators tied at 1 set apiece through 2 sets. I'm alongside my partner here, Adam Little, and it's been a great match so far. Both teams, a lot of momentum swings in both sets, but it's been Bryson King and Owen Walsh on either side who have really led their teams to these set victories.
Yeah, they really have. Both bring a lot of size to the court, and they've also brought a lot of power. So Bryson King and Owen Walsh with some powerful hits.
Sycamore will serve it to begin the 3rd set. And we are underway. That's going to be in. So another point right off the serve, and that's how each set has started so far, Adam. A point on the serve.
Yeah, that was a great serve there, as the Aviators just dropped that right on the back line. Harbor called it off, but that really was a great set. I mean, a great serve, excuse me.
King. Fago will set up Jeffers. He tries to tap it over. Good play by Miller to save it. Walsh. Smith, some power. Kress tries to tap it over. And it's a point for Sycamore, who's up 2-0 quickly.
Yeah, it really has been a common theme. Not a lot of just heavy kills. A lot of tips, especially from the middle blockers, which you're not really expecting to see with the big guys tipping it down. But Adam Jeffers, Will Burke, and Owen Walsh doing that a lot today, but it's working, so they're not going to stop.
King gets it over. Kress blocked. Comet point. That's Adam Jeffers, the GMC's leader in blocks coming through.
Yeah, that was a great block there, and it just sends Owen Walsh ends up catching it, actually. Just falls into his lap. And Anthony Fago hoping to bring some momentum. Every time he's served, Comets have got a lot of momentum as he's hard to stop.
Jeffers taps it over. Miller. Walsh setting up King for the kill. He secures it. It's 2-2.
Another kill for Bryson King. I'd love to see his kill count at the end of the game. Him along with Anthony Fago and Tyler Smith have themselves some phenomenal nights.
2-2 to begin set 3. Comets have answered back with 2 quick points. Another powerful serve from Fago, controlled by Sebastian Salas. It's Trajan Kress. King. Point to the Comets. He's got another.
Yeah, 2 straight kills there by Bryson King here in this 3rd set. Comets starting to get a little bit of momentum. Like I said before, every time Anthony Fago served, Comets have started to get a lot of momentum as he just has really powerful serve.
King. And he's got another. Bryson King with a fantastic start to this 3rd set.
Yeah, great awareness there by King. Almost touches the net. Does a great job of holding back some of that basketball athleticism.
Jeffers. Bryson King and Adam Jeffers leading the way for the Comets. And they built up a bit of a gap here. It's 5-2. Fago, a powerful serve. Miller attempts to save it. Pearl gets the point.
Coach Melnick does not like that. He hates it when his kids are trying to get off their foot. It is legal in volleyball. Any part of your body it can go off of, but Coach Melnick does not like that.
Jeffers. Kissel. Miller's got to get it over. Lane Walter. Fago. Here comes Habra. Kress. Fago gets it up in the air. Habra. Walter's got to get it over. He does. Kissel. Setting up Walsh. Fago's got to run a long ways. He gets it up in the air. Habra gets it over. An amazing volley from both teams. It's going to end at a point for the Comets as Tyler Smith extends the lead to 3.
And that's volley right there. It's really just the game in a nutshell so far. Back and forth, back and forth. Great effort by both teams, especially the Comets. You see Anthony Fago with a phenomenal pass behind his back, setting up for Joseph Habra to send it over.
Walsh, got to get that one over. He does. Bryson King, got to get it over the net. He doesn't. That's a point for Sycamore. It's 6-4.
Yeah, a little bit of a miscommunication there, but I don't know if we can zoom in on this, but Joseph Habra, his number is actually starting to rip off the amount of times he's dove. So that's something you really love to see for the Comets.
Walter. Smith gets it back. Sycamore cuts it to 1.
Yeah, back and forth game here. Sebastian Salas is serving over for the Aviators, hoping to bring some momentum on the left side of the court.
Fago sets up King. Beautiful touch there. Doesn't result in a point, however. King trying to set somebody up, and he got in the way of Adam Jeffers, and Sycamore ties it back up. What a back and forth affair.
Yeah, Bryson King just didn't get that ball high enough and can't get out of the way of Adam Jeffers trying to get that. But looks like Joseph Habra, looks like he's going to tip it out of bounds there. Another Aviator point.
Sycamore now with 4 straight points to take the lead at 7-6. It'll be Salas to serve. And that's going to go out. Point for the Comets. Sebastian Salas serves it out of bounds, and it'll be, looks like Ty Smith to serve it for the Comets.
Yeah, great awareness there by the sophomore Lane Walter as he's checking out. Jumps really high in the air. His feet almost at the head of Anthony Fago as he lets that ball pass behind him. It'll be Porter Lorenz checking in. He's going to serve the ball.
Kress gets it up in the air. Right back to Kress. Burke. Point to the Comets. William Burke gives the Comets the lead.
Yeah, Will Burke, he really is just a monster for the Comets. He just brings so much size to a pretty small team as he just taps that ball down there. Nothing the Aviators can do. He just drops it right in front of them.
Habra. Fago, Bryson King gets it over. Sycamore right back over. Bryson King again. Some power in those hits. It's Walsh. Out of bounds and a point to Sycamore, and we're tied at 8.
Yeah, Fago almost sends that ball into the basketball hoop. Not playing basketball here today, but that was a great spike there by the Aviators. And looks like it was going to be Trajan Kress, one of the 2 star players for the Sycamore Aviators, to send it over.
Habra gets the kill. 9-8 Comets.
Yeah, Habra's liking that. Something he's done multiple times today. Just hit it off the right side of the Sycamore defenders as it just drops out of bounds. Great awareness and great skill there by Habra.
King. And they called it in. Tied up at 9.
Looks like they're going to call that ball in. Comets thought it was out. Bryson King with a great angle. Thought that one was out, but line judge says it's in. The ball's in.
Point to the Comets. Sycamore couldn't get it over the net. Joseph Habra will control it and serve.
Yeah, Sycamore having himself a nice night with the setting, but sent a couple of serves into the net, so not his best night serving, but still having a great night on the passing end.
Habra gives it right back to Sycamore. 10-10. And now this time they'll put Owen Walsh back there to serve it. He gets it over the net. Lorenz, Fago. Kissel trying to save it. They got to get this one over. Kress will. Habra right back over. Up into the rafters. Habra. Fago taps it over. And it looks like Fago might have crossed the line there. It's a point for Sycamore, who takes their first lead since they led 2-0 in this set.
Yeah, Anthony Fago really wasn't in it right there. He just runs right underneath the net. Can't do that in volleyball. A little bit dangerous. And what a serve. Great serve there by the sophomore, Owen Walsh, having himself a night. Slow start, but having a great night so far.
An ace by Walsh, and Sycamore extends their lead to 2. Habra. Lorenz. Habra couldn't get it over. Sycamore establishing a little bit of a run here and some momentum. 4 straight to the Aviators.
Yeah, it's the second straight time that Joseph Habra sent it into the net. Starting to lose a little bit of focus as Aviators are pulling ahead with the momentum.
Timeout by the Comets as Sycamore leads 13-10 here. Owen Walsh with a couple beautiful serves has gotten Sycamore back in front by 3. Of course, if you're the Comets, you got to be looking to Bryson King and Anthony Fago to get you back in this one.
Yeah, they really are 2 of their top players on the outside. Bryson King on the right side and Anthony Fago normally lined up on the outside, but setting today. They just really bring a lot of power to the Comet offense, something they're really known for. Defense is playing phenomenal today. Not something they're usually that strong at, but Lane Walter and Tyler Smith and Joseph Habra really getting the ball to Porter Lorenz off those powerful spikes from Owen Walsh and Trajan Kress.
Out of the timeout, it's a 13-10 lead for Sycamore in set number 3. Each team split the first 2. Lorenz will set up Smith. And what a run by the Aviators. 14-10.
Yeah, Jake Pearl is hyped after that one. Sends Joseph Habra's spike right to the ground as Owen Walsh hopes to have another serve there. Another great serve.
Fago. Kissel gets it over. Bryson King. Lorenz. He's got to get that one over. It's Smith who does. Kissel. It's blocked. And a point to Sycamore.
Yeah, off the big hands of Will Burke. So slightly out of bounds there. Hits the Shooting Comet logo. And Owen Walsh starting to build a lot of momentum for the Aviators. Multiple straight serves here. So he's hoping to continue that.
Fago, power behind that kill. Trying to will his team back into this game. It's 15-11 now.
I mean, what power there. He just got so high in the air, and it just looks like he's flying. I'm looking over at Ben Haller here, and he's just shaking his head. Doesn't know how he does it. I mean, Anthony Fago, he is just special. He really is special.
Another point to the Comets. It's cut back down to 3. A little bit of a peculiar play there is going to result in a point for the Comets, who cut it to 2. 3 straight goals for Mason.
Yeah, great patience there by Tyler Smith. Kept going for the block, but finally makes the Sycamore defender make a mistake as it'll be a Comet point, closing the lead down to 2.
Fago gets it over. It's down to 1. 15-14.
Yeah, first the powerful spike there by Fago, and then he just drops it down. The Sycamore defense doesn't really know how to stop Fago right now, and I wouldn't either, Addison. I mean, he is just a phenomenal volleyball player, and as a junior, Comets are going to be really grateful to have him back next season.
Walter gets it over. Habra. Contact there. It results in a point for Sycamore. Lead back up to 2.
Yeah, and that's multiple times for the Comets that they've had double hits. On those second balls, when it's not either Porter Lorenz or Anthony Fago, they like those balls to be passed platform, as they call it, not with the hands. So coaches of the Comets not really liking that one.
Jeffers. Point to the Comets. Looked like Pearl might have gone over the net on that one, crossing the line. 16-15.
Yeah, looks like they're going to call a lift on Jake Pearl. Hand was open there. Can't do that as Anthony Fago sends it over, barely out of bounds. He really got some power on that one, though.
Looked like Fago was trying to place that along the right side. 17-15.
Looks like there's another dispute there by the Sycamore coaches. in the official. But Sycamore's going to send it over. And beautiful play there by Jake Pearl.
Jake Pearl, the senior, with the spike. Sycamore establishes the lead back up at 3. 18-15. It will be the senior Joe Kissel to serve it for the Aviators. Miscommunication, Lane Walter, smart to just get it over. Tries to knock it over. That's Sigmiller, the junior, with the point. Sycamore's lead back up at 4.
Yeah, great effort there by Lane Walter. Looks like Habra slipped. Couldn't get a hold of that one, but that was a great play by the Sycamore Aviators, just dropping that one on Lane Walter's right hand.
Crass, it's a point for Sycamore. Their largest lead of the night at 5.
Yeah, Sycamore starting to pull ahead. Mason losing the momentum. Looks like getting a little tired out there, but I don't blame them. They've been diving all around over the court, and Sycamore's been able to capitalize on the lack of common energy.
King trying to get himself re-involved. Wow! Perfect placement there from Andrew Sigmiller and the Comets. In dire need of some momentum here. Sycamore with a lead at 6. And they're moving fast now. Fago. And he went over the net. 22-15. Sycamore with a dominant stretch. 6 straight points.
Yeah, and as great as a game as this has been, there's been a lot of lifts called on both sides. So not sure if the officials are just really hesitant on that or if a little bit of a sloppy play by both teams.
Sigmiller. Kress tried to tap it over, and the Comets looked like they went over the net, and Sycamore is in control of the 3rd set here.
Yeah, Tyler Smith really frustrated with himself after he taps the net on that one. Sycamore with the 8-point stretch. I mean, they really are just destroying the Comets right now.
Joseph Habra gets the point there to cut it back down to 7, and now the Comets are going to try and match some of that energy and momentum here. It'll be Tyler Smith. And he didn't get it over the net. Sycamore now with an opportunity to take set number 3.
Yeah, Tyler Smith not having himself the best 3rd set, but Comets, there's still hope, as though it is the game or the set point for the Aviators here. And it'll be Sebastian Salas. He's had a lot of serves here to send it over.
Habra, Fago will set up Habra. Point to the Comets, so Sycamore will have to wait a little bit longer. 24-17.
Yeah, great swing there by Habra, and that ball just rolls along the net. Aviators not really sure when it's going to drop, and it just drops right in front of the feet of Owen Walsh.
Porter Lorenz to serve. Gets it over. Sigmiller, Kress, and that's out. Back down to 6.
And the Comets hoping to build off this momentum. 2 straight points. They need 6 more, so very unlikely, but Porter Lorenz is going to lead them right now with a great, and he's going to serve that out of bounds. The 2nd set, 1 for the Sycamore Aviators.
Aviators take set number 3, 25-18. A dominant stretch by the Aviators caps off a terrific 3rd set, and we will be back with set number 4 as the Comets need to win that 4th set to extend it to set number 5. Welcome back to Mason Arena. We've got the fourth set up and coming between the Sycamore Aviators and the Mason Comets. Sycamore taking the last two sets after the Comets took set number one, 25-20. And I'm alongside my partner here, Adam Little, and it was really the story of Owen Walsh and his serves, and then Joe Kissel capping off that terrific third set for the Aviators.
Yeah, Owen Walsh just had a tremendous last two sets. He's doing the same thing Anthony Fago's doing. Whenever he's serving the ball, Sycamore's got the momentum. And just like that, Anthony Fago, he's bringing the momentum for the Comets.
1-0 lead for the Comets to begin set four. Fago with an ace, 2-0. Fago showing some emotion out there.
I mean, Fago's serves have been on point today. Multiple aces. And he's, as I said before, he's really just bringing another dimension to the Comets. Really some momentum. There's another one off of Joe Kissel again.
And Kissel is just puzzled out there, not sure how to handle this dominant attack. Kissel now. Habra. Fago. Bryson King. Sycamore saves it. Salas gets it over the net. Habra diving again. Fago sets up Smith. Can't get it. It's back over, and Adam Jeffers cashes in for the Comets, and it's 4-0.
The senior Adam Jeffers, and not the first time he's done that tonight. Multiple tips, just dropping it in front of the Sycamore defenders. And another story of the game, Joseph Habra diving all over the court, and he's really a big impact for the Comets.
Anthony Fago there sails that one, and Sycamore finally on the board in set number four. They're down 4-1. Fago sets up King. Got it! Bryson King.
Bryson King had himself a tremendous first and second set, excuse me. Third set, little bit off, but looks like he's starting to bring the momentum back again. And it'll be Ty Smith to serve the ball. Great serve there. And so got the ace.
The Comets now with their largest lead of the night at 5. It's 6-1. And they've totally squashed that momentum that Sycamore hoped to carry over into this fourth set from that third set, Adam.
Yeah, this is a great start for the Comets in the fourth set. Looked a lot like this in the... That's in. Oh, that looks like the line judge is going to call that out, but that was on the line, I think.
It was certainly very close. The line judge disagreeing with the Mason Sports Radio broadcast crew here.
I mean, I may have a little bit of bias, but...
King. It's blocked by Owen Walsh. 2 straight here for the Aviators.
Yeah, Comets starting that momentum slipping away a little bit. Sebastian Salas powering in some serves for the Aviators. He's going to do it again. I spoke too soon. That one goes right into the net.
Comets get another point there. It's 7-3. A little bit of a momentum stunter there from Sebastian Salas, the senior. Porter Lorenz to serve it for the Comets. It's Kissel. Salas. Smith will try to set up. Bryson King. Beautiful there from Bryson King. 8-3 Comets.
Yeah, Bryson King having himself a real night. Perfect set there by Anthony Fago. Or actually, I think Porter Lorenz might have set that. But anyways, he just powers that into the right corner. One of the top contributors for the Comets in the kill category. And there's another one he just added to.
Walsh. An interesting play there from Owen Walsh. Looks like he might have gotten a little bit too high for that ball, but he's able to get it over the net. Possibly threw off the Comets there a little bit.
Yeah, Walsh working some magic there. Went up for the spike, but not great set by Sycamore. So he has to adjust.
Sycamore, that's a better set, and another point there, Owen Walsh. And he's reading the defense like a book right now.
Yeah, he really is. He's part of the reason why Sycamore is starting to gain control of the game. Even though they're down by 3, they've had a nice stretch of points in the last couple serves. And I keep jinxing the Aviators that ball goes right into the net.
That time it was Trajan Kress. Third in the GMC in kills, but he's not able to get the ace there. King. Sets. Walsh tried to tap it over again. Lorenz. 9-6.
Yeah, they're going to call lift there on Lorenz as his hand just gets a little too flat. A lot of those today, which really unexpected as great as this game has been. A lot of sloppy lifts, but other than that, really been a phenomenal game as Tyler Smith loses control of it and sends it right into the net. As I said before, not having himself the best ending of this game, as in the third set, didn't play too great and not off to a great start in the fourth set here either.
Fago gets it over the net. However, it sails out of bounds. Good awareness there by Kissel to let it go. And the Sycamore lead, the Comets lead is all of a sudden down to 1. Sigmiller to serve it. Lorenz, Fago, got to get it over, and he does. Sigmiller will try to set up Walsh. Miscommunication there. Bryson King not able to control it, and Sycamore has come back to tie this game at 9.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Smith was going for the dive there, but Bryson King just gets his hand on top of it, sending it to the other direction of the court. Good awareness by King, but not what Smith was hoping for. He was hoping to get the miraculous dive there.
Fago is blocked, and it's right off the head of Tyler Smith, and Sycamore has come all the way back and taken the lead at 10-9.
I mean, just the force that Fago exerted on that ball, going right off the hands of the blockers and into Tyler Smith's face, so that one had to hurt a little bit.
William Burke ties it up at 10.
And that really has been the story for the Comet middle blockers. The 1-2 punch of Will Burke and Adam Jeffers, just tapping the ball right down. They bring some size to the team, but they don't really need it right now. And it looks like that ball is going to be a blocking error by Burke.
Burke not able to control it there. That's Owen Walsh making a huge impact offensively once again. This time he'll have the opportunity to serve it. And King not able to control it. It's an ace from Owen Walsh, and Sycamore has put together a dominant stretch after getting down by 5 points in this fourth set.
Yeah, Bryson King just didn't get good positioning on that ball, and it just hits his feet. Owen Walsh having himself a night.
Lorenz. Lorenz will set up Fago. And it's Kissel. Lorenz. Back to Smith. It's blocked. That's Jake Pearl and Joe Kissel combining for the defensive effort, and that's a timeout by the Comets.
Yeah, it looks like Anthony Fago and Porter Lorenz ran under the net there. Got away with that, and Coach Melnick calling a timeout, not liking the sloppy play he's seen on the last stretch with his Comet team.
Sycamore with a 13-10 lead in the fourth set. Sycamore leading 2-1. Dropped the first set 25-20, but have rebounded. Completed the third set in dominant fashion. And it seemed like the Comets had a lot of opportunities in that second set to possibly establish that 2-0 lead, weren't able to close things out. And now they find themselves in a 2-1 hole and down by 3 after getting up by 5 in the fourth set.
Yeah, even though they're down by 3 right now, still got a lot of time left in this third set, and hoping to get the momentum back after that timeout. Owen Walsh is going to keep sending the ball over, but Comps are going to have to adjust.
Owen Walsh to serve. He established a lot of momentum in the third set with his serves. They're trying to get that going tonight. Point to the Comets. Fago putting that power. (13-11).
Yeah, sophomore Lane Walter He's going to be a key contributor for the Comets over the next few years. I know Coach Melik's glad to have him.
That was Walter with the serve. And now Jake Pearl gets the point.
Yeah, great effort there by Adam Jeffers as he dives for that. No, don't normally see the big men diving for the balls, but wasn't in the right spot there and dives for it. But all in all, great effort as the Sycamore lead stays at 3.
King trying to set up Fago. Here comes the set. Oh, perfect placement there, Joe Kissel. Point to the Aviators.
Yeah, Joe Kissel having himself a solid night. Might be his first kill, but he's had a lot of crucial serves and crucial digs for the Aviator program. So all around, great night for him so far.
Here comes the serve. Fago. Jeffers taps it over. Here comes Sigmiller with the set. Kress. They've played good defense on him tonight. Habra diving on the floor again. It's Smith way up in the air. Sigmiller to Kress. It's blocked by Jeffers.
Yeah, another great volley here by the Comets and the Aviators.
Smith trying to get it over. Kress is clipped. Walter way up in the air. Fago. Smith diving on the floor once again. Walsh has got to get it over. He does. It's controlled by the Comets. Jeffers, it's blocked. Walter back over the net.
Addison's losing his breath a little, talking.
King.
Ball's out of bounds, but King still goes for it.
Smith, Walsh, Kress, over. Smith, got it! Unbelievable volley, and the Comets cash in. It's 15-12.
I mean, that was just a crazy volley, back and forth. I mean, that's really just shown what this game is. Two great programs, battle of the skies, big rivals, and now it ends with a Tyler Smith kill. But really, I mean, this has just been a fun game to watch.
Fago with some power behind that serve. Kissel, Fago, Walter. Smith will just tap it over, and it is out of bounds. Point to the Aves.
Yeah, real close there. Just goes right past the line. But that was the right idea by Walter.
Habra. King. Little taps it over. It hits the net. They got to get it over, and Salas knocks it out of bounds. And the Comets cut it back down to 3.
Yeah, the libero, Sebastian Salas, can't get a good hold on that ball. And Comets closing the gap. Only a 3-point game now, as Sycamore leads them 16-13, winning 2 sets to 1.
Smith will serve it. Hits the net. Point to the Mason Comets, and it's cut back down to 2. Tyler Smith with the ace.
Yeah, the Comets starting to get the momentum. Both teams are just exhausted, as it looks like the Aviators going to call timeout there to give those guys a rest. I mean, running all around, it's just been a crazy game, wouldn't you say, Addison?
It's certainly been a great one. 2 competitive programs going at it, as you said earlier, Adam. And of course, that volley earlier certainly had to take a lot out of both of these teams, showing so much heart, so much toughness on the floor tonight, treating us to some really great volleyball. As Sycamore calling timeout on that last play, they lead 16-14. Owen Walsh sort of built up a lead for the Aviators with a nice little run. Every time they seem to put him back to serve, Sycamore seems to go on a run.
Yeah, it's really been the same for Mason with Anthony Fago. Not as much in the 3rd and 4th set, but definitely in the first 2 sets. Whenever Anthony Fago was serving the ball, the Comets really had all the momentum.
As both teams exit the timeout, the Comets will serve. It'll be Ty Smith. Set number 4 action here from Mason Arena. Battle of the Skies. Sycamore with a 2-1 set lead. They lead 16-14 in set 4. Serves it right to Salas. He'll try to set up Kress. Bryson King taps it over. That was beautiful.
Yeah, Bryson King excited about that one. He wasn't letting let that point go to waste, as he's telling the official that ball was down.
Comets can tie it. Salas. Pearl. Beautiful placement there. Jake Pearl off the set from Andrew Sycamore.
Yeah, that really was just a beautiful, beautiful tip by Jake Pearl. And there's been a lot of tips in this game from both sides, which is unexpected when you've got the power of Trajan Kress and Owen Walsh on the Sycamore side and Anthony Fayou and Bryson King on the Comet side. And that ball's going to go out of bounds. Joseph Habra's like, give me that.
And Sycamore faithful disagreeing with the call from the line judge there.
Yeah, Andrew Sycamore really frustrated with that call.
Lorenz. Salas controls it again. Kissel gets it over. Fago, they're going to set, looks like Habra up, and he's just going to volley it over. Fago. King for the kill to tie it, no. And yes, it is going to be a point for the Comets. We're tied at 17.
Yeah, it's going to be a Comet point. Looks like Trajan Kress stepped over the line there. Comets tying the game up 17-17. And it really seems like they have all the momentum here.
Knocked out of bounds by Sebastian Salas, and the Comets lead it 18-17.
Yeah, Porter Lorenz is hyped after that ace there. He really just brings a lot of energy to the team. Joseph Habra, great mentorship, and then some youth and some energy from Porter Lorenz. Key reason why the Comets are leading this set.
Walsh tries to tap it over. Fago to set up King. He taps it over. Sycamore controls it. Smith, Fago, Habra, Burke. William Burke taps it over. It's 19-17.
I mean, he is just so tall. Every time after I call one of these men's volleyball games, I always want to go look at his height. I mean, he just brings so much size and just drops it right on the Mason logo, which is hard to do. So his size brings another dimension to the Comets, and that's an ace by Porter Lorenz, his second.
Porter Lorenz makes the play. 20-17. Lorenz will serve it again. Timeout by the Aviators. That's their second used in set number 4 as the Comets, who jumped out to a 6-point lead earlier on in this set, surrendered it. Sycamore was able to take the lead by 3, and now the Comets have gone on a bit of a run here and are 5 points away from sending this to a 5th set.
Yeah, the Comets, they really do have all the momentum right now. They're getting hyped, especially Joseph Habra, Porter Lorenz, a lot of his key contributors for the Comets, bringing a lot of energy, especially during this timeout. And they're hoping to get the last 5 points and send this to a 5th set, as Addison mentioned earlier.
Each team exits the timeout. Porter Lorenz will serve it. Set number 4. It's 2-1 Sycamore. Comets need this one to extend the game. Sycamore. That's Kress. A powerful kill. Smith not able to control it. It's out of bounds. Sycamore cuts it to 2.
I mean, that right there is the reason why he's starting the GMC in kills. He just brings so much force. We got 2 great junior hitters on both sides of the net here, and Anthony Fago and Trajan Kress, so it's really been entertaining to watch.
That one is called out of bounds. 21-18 Comet lead. Bryson King now will head back to serve it. Gets it over. It's controlled by Walsh. Sycamore back to Walsh. Tipped by Burke. They get it over the net, and Walsh spikes it right down for the kill.
Yeah, it looks like there was a little bit of a collision there by Tyler Smith and Joseph Habra. So that's slowing the Comets down a little bit. Joseph Habra shaking his arm a little bit, as that was a hard hit.
21-19. It'll be Sycamore to serve it for the Aves. Lorenz. That's going to be a point to the Aviators.
Yeah, it almost just looks like Portland Rents caught that and threw it up. It's going to be a lift, and a couple of the Sycamore fans are really excited about that one.
Sycamore can tie it on this possession. Salas, and he went over the net. A mistake there by William Burke to tie it at 21.
And looks like they're going to say Will Burke touched the net there. I don't know about that one, but maybe in the ball as Sycamore is going to send that ball into the net, extend the Comet lead 22-21.
Comets, as Adam said, they're taking the lead. Habra to serve it. Kress, Sigmiller, Kissel. Fago, yes!
Yeah, off the hands of Owen Welsh. Habra is extreme force as that ball goes sailing to the right. Another point for the Comets. They need 2 more to send this into a 5th set.
Habra, Sebastian Salas. Sigmiller trying to set somebody up. He sets up Kress, who spikes it over the net. Fago. Sigmiller setting up Walsh. William Burke with the block. Trying to go again. Walsh, no. Denied. Sigmiller gets it over. Communication by the Comets. It's King and it's Habra. King knocks it over. Yes. What a volley once again, folks. Fago. Got it. Anthony Fago coming through in the biggest moment.
I mean, the crowd just erupted here. I mean, you can just feel the tension in the arena right now as the Comets extend their lead to 3. Only need 1 more point to send this to a 5th set as they have all the momentum right now.
Joseph Habra on the serve. Walsh! And they call it in. It's 24-22. Sycamore not done yet in set number 4.
Yeah, the star sophomore there again. Another powerful kill. He's going to be serving the ball. As we said before in the broadcast, whenever Owen Walsh is serving the ball, Sycamore started to pull the momentum away. So let's see if Mason can keep it.
Walsh. Fago. Right back to Fago. Trying to get it over. And that's a set victory for the Comets. We will head to a 5th. It's tied at 2-2. We're going to head to a quick break. The Mason Comets evening things at 2 sets apiece with a 25-22 victory over the Aviators in set number 4. Welcome back to the Mason High School Arena, and folks, we've got a thriller for you. Tied at 2 sets apiece are the Sycamore Aviators and the Mason Comets. A thrilling set number 4. Sent this to set number 5. It'll be Bryson King, Ty Smith, Joseph Habra, Lane Walter, Anthony Fago, and Adam Jeffers out there to start set number 5. The deciding set, the winner of this will take the Battle of the Skies. This The teams only meeting this volleyball season. Sycamore, first place in the GMC at 5-0. Looking to keep that record intact.
Yeah, and looks like it'll be junior Anthony Fago to serve it first for the Comets, hoping to bring some momentum. As it looks like we're going to start here.
Fago. He's been big time all night. They get it over. Smith, it's blocked and touched. That was Trajan Crest touching the net inadvertently there, and the Comets lead.
Yeah, Trajan Crest touches the net there. Comets starting to continue off that momentum. They brought in the fourth set, and they're extending their lead to 2-0.
Anthony Fago with the power behind the serve again. 2-0 lead. Tied at 2 sets apiece. Crest attempts the spike. No. Fago. Bryson King out of bounds. Off of Owen Walsh. Comets with a stellar start to set number 5.
I mean, they're just building off that momentum from the fourth set. Bryson King with another kill there. I would love to see his kill count along with Anthony Fago and Owen Walsh of the Aviators at the end of the night. I mean, all three of them just having phenomenal performances.
Fago with the serve. Trajan Crest to control it. Kissel's got to get it over, and he does. King. Yes, sir. 4-0.
That's 2 straight kills for Bryson King, really heating up. He is one of the secret weapons for the Comets. As a lefty, he can hit really well off either side. So having a nice, strong hitter on the right side of the net is really important.
Jeffers knocks it back over. Sycamore able to control it. It'll be Sycamore. Bryson King tries to tap it over and does successfully. A dominant start to set number 5 for the Mason Comets.
Yeah, not only a dominant 5-0 run for the Comets, how about a dominant 5-0 run from Bryson King? And the Aviators are going to call a timeout as the Comets have all the momentum in the arena right now.
Timeout by Sycamore. 5-0 Comet lead. What a start to this set by Anthony Fago and Bryson King. And they've been the story all night, Adam.
Yeah, they really have. And they're part of the reason not only that they're having success tonight, but that they've had success in 3 of their 5 games. Really just rallying the team and scoring a lot of points for the Comets.
Comets getting ready to exit that timeout. Sycamore needing to establish any sort of momentum here as the Comets stick with the set they've had so much success with. That same 6, miscommunication, and Sycamore.
And it looked like that may have been a lift by Jake Pearl. But Bryson King's going to hit it out, and that'll be an Aviator point, their first point of the set.
Bryson King got a good look there, wasn't able to fit it in between the lines. It's 5-1 now. Walter, King, tries to tap it over. Walsh controls it. Sycamore. Fago. Jeffers. Sycamore. Miscommunication there. Solis. Fago's got to hit it back in. Does successfully. Haber gets it over the net. Solis. Sycamore setting up Cress. Ty Smith. Straight up in the air off the hands of Owen Walsh.
Yeah, here's another one of these great volleys. And it's going to be another Comet point, extending the lead to 6-1. I mean, that's just one of the many great volleys back and forth that we've seen tonight.
Tyler Smith now to serve it. 6-1 lead. Fago. Bryson King. Jeffers has just got to get it over. And Jake Pearl could not get it over the net, and it's 7-1.
Yeah, can't get that one over the net as he sends it right into the face of Bryson King. Didn't get great positioning on it, so didn't get enough air.
Smith, a mistake there, and it's out of bounds.
Yeah, that's the first mistake that the Comets have made here in this fifth set. I mean, they've had all the momentum with a 5-point lead as they hope to take down Sycamore in the fifth and final set of this game.
Jeffers, Solis, point to the Aviators. That's Trajan Crest, the junior.
Yeah, another mistake there by the Comets as Adam Jeffers can't get good positioning on that ball as he almost just catches it.
Tapped over by Habra. Sycamore. Walsh. And a mistake there from Joseph Habra as Lane Walter was right there to control that one. Habra hit it out of his reach, and it's 7-4.
Yeah, Habra frustrated with himself as he saw Lane Walter lying on the ground right there. Just talking to him right there, owning up to his mistake as the Comets starting to lose the momentum.
Fago sets up Bryson King. They went for the block. They didn't get it. Fago. Habra. And it's a point to the Mason Comets. Owen Walsh with a mistake there.
Yeah, it looks like when the Aviators were going up for that block, looks like they might have grazed the net there. So there'll be another point for the Comets as their lead grows to 2 points. At Porter Lorenz had that long stretch of serves to send it over for the Comets.
Kress. Fago. Habra. Yes, sir. Joseph Habra. And it's 9-4.
Yeah, Joseph Habra getting back in his groove with the kill there off the hands of the Sycamore blockers as it extends 9-4.
Comets have looked fantastic in this set. However, that is another serve that has sailed out of bounds for the Comets. Sycamore cuts it back down to 4.
Yeah, it's going to be Sycamore to send it over. It'll be the star player, Trajan Cress.
King. And Sycamore couldn't make a play. Walsh couldn't secure the block there. Bryson King. And it's 10-5.
Bryson King with another kill, adding to his kill count. He's really been a key contributor for the Comets. Him and Anthony Fago powering those swings in for the Comets.
Sycamore taps it over. Lorenz with some miscommunication with Habra. Lorenz trying to direct traffic there, try to get Smith to come in and take that one. But the Sycamore Aviators are going to cut this lead to 4 as it looks like Sycamore is going to serve it. King. Lorenz. A block there by Walsh. Habra couldn't get it over the net. Didn't look like he made good contact with that one. Timeout, Mason Comets trying to stunt this run by the Aviators.
Yeah, that was a really hard set to make there by Porter Lorenz as he sends it behind him. Sends it a little bit into the net, so bad positioning for Joseph Habra. Unfortunate there, but that was a great effort there as he tries to tip that one over. And it'll be Sycamore calling the timeout as the Comets hold a 3-point lead, leading the Sycamore Aviators 10-7.
Set number 5 action here. The Comets have taken set number 1 and set number 4. Aviators with 2 solid sets in the middle. And that's where we stand. Set number 5, Comets with a 10-7 lead. It's been the Bryson King and Anthony Fago show here in the final set. Sycamore gets it over. Porter Lorenz. Fago, unbelievable power there. Habra, did he get it in? He did not. A few mistakes now from Joseph Habra as he looks up at the scoreboard in dismay.
Yeah, Habra wanted that ball to be in. That was a hard call there by the line judge, though, on the Sycamore side. And it'll be Andrew Stakemiller serve ball for the Aviators.
That's a point for the Aviators. Lorenz with the lift. It's 10-9 now. Cut to 1.
I know I've said this multiple times, but a lot of lifts by both teams here. And as great as a game as it's been, that's really been the one sloppy category by both teams.
Fago gets it over the net. Try to set up Walsh since Sycamore has come back to tie it.
Yeah, and it looks like if Porter Lorenz might have let that one go out of bounds, but he sticks his hand out and he's tapping his chest saying, "That's my bad."
Tied at 10 apiece. Fago, some serious power in that one, and Sycamore has taken the lead.
And they're just getting hyped on the sideline. Sebastian Salas greeting Joe Kissel as he jumps on him. A lot of energy there by the Sycamore Aviators as Paul Melnick is going to call a timeout for the Mason Comets.
11-10 lead for Sycamore. They have responded with 6 straight goals. Excuse me, that's 6 straight points.
Yeah, Addison's been calling too many lacrosse games recently, confusing up all the terms.
And you're absolutely right about that one. As Sycamore with an 11-10 lead. Timeout by the Comets as they've had to use a couple in these last couple minutes. As Sycamore has gone on a furious run to take the lead after the Comets had established a 7-1 lead and have now been outscored 10-3 since that point.
Yeah, and Coach Melnick's hoping to change the swing of momentum here as he calls that timeout for the Comets. Joseph Habra hyping his teammates up right now as will be the setter for the Aviators to send the ball over.
Miscommunication defensively. Habra. Owen Walsh. And it's a 2-point lead.
I mean, Owen Walsh is just having himself a night. I mean, him, Anthony Fago, and Bryson King have just had an astonishing amount of kills during these 5 sets. And he hopes to keep it going. Corey Lorenz not happy with himself there as he just sticks his hand out and knocks that ball down.
8 straight for the Aviators. It's 13-10 in the deciding set. King, Lorenz, Fago, serious power behind that one. He gets it up. King calls it. Salas up in the air. Sycamore. Can Walsh do something with it? It's controlled by Lorenz. Fago. Point to the Mason Comets.
There's another kill again there by Anthony Fago off the hand of the sophomore Owen Walsh. Having himself a night, but can't get that block down.
Habra. Walsh. Interesting little set there from the Aviators. Results in a big-time point. Lorenz and Habra both diving on the floor, unable to control that.
And you can just see the emotion and energy in this arena right now. Porter Lorenz extending for that ball. Joseph Habra looks to have a little bit better positioning behind it. But Sycamore, they really do have the momentum right now.
Walsh. Lorenz. Fago. Serious power behind that one. And that will be a point to the Comets.
Yeah, Joe Kissel touched the net there. It'll be a Comet point. Only the lead cut down to 2 now for the Sycamore Aviators.
Walter. Walsh. Fago with the game on the line.
Yeah.
And it's 14-13.
Yeah, great spike there by Anthony Fago. The Aviators were not expecting that. Joseph Habra wanting to lift, but the Comets are still going to get the point there.
They need to tie it here. Walter. For the win. That was Pearl, no. Smith. Sycamore. It's tapped up. Walter. King to tie it. No. It's up in the air. Walsh controls it. Sycamore. Walsh to get it over. It's Walter. They will set up Smith. Got it!
Tyler Smith with the big time kill there. That's number 14, Andrew Sycamore, cannot get the block down as the Comets closing the gap as they tied the game 14-14.
A point here would be huge for either team. It's blocked by Jefferson Fago. What a thriller this one has been. A rivalry matchup coming down to the final point. Jeffers trying to get it over. Kress got it. 15-14.
Yeah, it was a huge, huge point for the Aviators there. The Comets really needed that one, but it's going to be Sycamore. It'll be match point, as in the 5th set, they only play to 15, and you got to win by 2.
Habra, Fago, King to get it over. Walsh controls. Sagmiller, Crest for the win. No. Got it tapped out of bounds. Fago, what a play. Jeffers gets it up. Crest up in the air. Fago gets over to it. Bryson King off the net, and the Sycamore Aviators take the Battle of the Skies 16-14.
That really was just a tremendous volleyball game. The best volleyball game I've ever watched. Back and forth. Sycamore is going to stay on top of the GMC. A tremendous, tremendous battle there. Great effort by both teams.